In this video, we're going to go over all of the big changes that have just happened on Final Cut Pro. So if you didn't know, Final Cut has now added a subscription model so that if you don't own Final Cut Pro already, you can pay per month to be able to have access to the software. Now, for those of us who have had Final Cut Pro that have been using Final Cut Pro for a while, nothing's really changing with our current Final Cut Pro. We have these new features and these new additions. The only thing that is now additional for the subscribers of the subscription is some premium content. And that's like extra transitions, extra titles, and extra generators. But in terms of all the new features, the new search features, the new beat match function, all of those are accessible to anyone who uses Final Cut Pro, whether you're on the subscription model or whether you paid for Final Cut Pro already and you have it on your computer. So kind of interesting that Apple's going this route of adding the subscription model as an option. And for now, it doesn't really matter which one you use unless you need those extra little bonus titles, generators, and transitions. But for most of us, that's not that big of a deal. So all of these features that they released with this new version of Final Cut Pro, we have access to. So I'm gonna take you through each one of these new features because it's pretty cool and it's powerful in terms of organizing your software, being able to find different clips, and also some cool things with music. So the first new addition is now a transcript search function. So if you go up here in your Finder and you go up to transcript, you can now have this option to search the words that are spoken in your videos. And you could say includes or is related to. So now when you import new footage into Final Cut Pro, there's gonna be this option to say transcribe in English. Unfortunately, these tools only work in English right now. There will be more languages added in the future, but for now it's in English. So when you have this transcribe in English enabled, basically Final Cut Pro is transcribing the entire script so that when you actually search for something, it's gonna find those moments. Now, I have a project pulled up. This is one I'm working on right now where I'm attempting to become a wildlife cinematographer. So I've been working on this for a little while, and I did an interview with my buddy Ryan Wilkes. He's an awesome wildlife cinematographer, and I took from that interview some different tidbits of information, and then I'm applying it and going out and trying to capture some birds. So let's say I wanted to figure out when I talked about tripods, because that's a big part of wildlife cinematography. So let's go over here to our library. Let's go to transcript, includes, and let's type in tripod. Now, you're gonna see all these different clips popping up. So let's watch some of these.
Some handheld footage, but I just pulled out my tripod. And I'm gonna try to get a few more like really stable shots with the tripod. I can see the importance of a solid tripod, and that's something I need to get.
What about tripod? Do you always use a tripod? Do you handheld it?
Tripod might be the most important piece of equipment.
So you can see just from, scrolling through these clips, like these are all the moments where we talked about tripods. So between me and Ryan, we had this conversation where we're talking about tripods, and I can grab these moments. It shows exactly where in the clip that we were talking about that. And when we click the X and go back just to seeing all the footage, you now have a range selected where we were talking about tripods, so it saves those ranges. So now I can go through and look at the interview and pull that section out and actually work with it. It's a pretty cool way to kind of work with text and dialogue, especially with like longer interviews, or if you're like really focusing in on one topic. So if I wanted to have a section in this video where I'm talking about tripods, I can pull from our interview and then also pull from when I'm out in the field and I'm struggling because of the tripod that I chose to bring out. Or I decide to bring a nice tripod and then I have all these clips accessible. Now what's cool is I can come over here and create a smart collection. But now when you go to text and you say transcript includes, and you can say tripod, now it's all those same clips that we searched for that have the tripod, but it's now here as a smart collection. So you can see the power of this just using the transcripts and being able to pull segments out and be able to organize them super fast. Now, the cool thing is this isn't just transcripts that we can search, but with this new Final Cut Pro, you can actually search visuals as well. So the same thing, when you go through and import your footage, let's go to media, there's now an option for visual search. So when you import media into Final Cut Pro and you have this checked, it's now gonna start checking everything that's in that footage and actually looking at what's in it so that it can do a visual search based on what's in the visuals. Now, if you already have footage in your library, so for example, all this footage was already in this library before these new updates came, I can go over to my footage, right click, and go to Analyze and Fix, and then have visual search enabled and transcribe in English enabled and hit OK. Now it's going to go through and do the same transcription. It's going to figure out what audio's in that clip, and it's also going to figure out what visuals. And you can see right here, it happens really fast. This is like all the footage just clicking through all the transcriptions, and then it goes through all the visuals as well. And so now Final Cut has analyzed everything in this library. So let's go back and let's do a visual search. So I'm going to go down here to visual, this new option, and I'm going to search for bird because we're doing a video about bird cinematography or wildlife cinematography. So there might be a section where I want to find all the birds. And you can see it's got these clips of birds here. It's got this robin. It's got this bird on a branch. It's got this turkey vulture. And it's just basically searching all my clips for the areas where there's a bird. And you can see I have all these different shots with birds that I've collected as I've been going out and shooting. And it's found them all based on this search. This was a blue jay that I found. So I could do the same thing where I start a new smart collection, label this bird, and create a visual search for bird. And now I have a smart collection that's all my bird shots. So when I'm going in to do like a montage, or I want to create my intro and I want to show like a bunch of wildlife clips, maybe I want to do it with all the different bird shots that I found. So now I have this bird collection that shows all the footage of birds. Now let's try something else. Let's just go back to the full library and let's do a visual search for trees. Now it's just going to pull up every shot where there's trees in the background. And it's like shots of me walking around, shots of just the trees, panning shot of the trees, on the bike, trees. There's a lot of power in this, especially when you're looking for something specific in your library. So it's like you need all of these moments where there's the birds. Well, it's easy to just do a search now, find all those moments. It just opens up the power of how to organize your library and just be able to search your library based on what's in it visually and also what's spoken out loud. Now, the last tool that was added is this beat detection. Now, this is really powerful for editing because often when we're using music, we're splicing it in different ways, and we really want to cut on the beat because it's going to sound better. So let's go to a sequence that I was creating. I have this rain sequence here. It's a bunch of shots of these robins going after and attacking this tree of all these berries. They were hungry, and it was like 20 minutes of just like, so I got some interesting shots. It was completely random, but I want to add some music under this. And so we'll go to the music that I brought in. I have this song. Let's add it in. And now with this beat detection, what I want to do is right click and click enable beat detection. It's going to go through, figure out where all the beats are in the song. And when you have snapping enabled, it can snap to these different moments. And you see this like grid that pops up. Like this is really cool. So this is all the beats. And when you have the thicker line, that's where the song changes. So it might pick up, it might slow down. So if you need to duplicate sequences, if you want to extend songs, well, you could take a section like this here between the two thick lines, copy that, and then duplicate it and add it in. So let's listen to this transition now. And it's just like perfect. Like it automatically transitions from one to the other because we're matching exactly on the beat. Let's look at the sequence. Let's add the music over here. And you can see that the sequence is only this long. And let's say I have this shot here where the birds are starting to come in. Right when I show this robin, I want to have the beat pick up a little bit. So I'm going to shift this big beat right to where this comes in. And let's listen to this now. Then I have this big beat here. I want to transition to where it really gets quiet in piece here. So what I've done is I've taken like a slower chunk of the song, and then I've taken like a faster chunk of the song, and then I wanted it to fade out into like the end of the song. So normally you'd have to like kind of listen for these beats and try to cut on the beat, but now you just find the bigger change markers, you can reposition them. And then what I've done here is I've added just some crossfades just to make it feel a little bit more natural. But oftentimes with music, you could put a hard cut and it's just gonna work. Let's listen to this transition here. So like that transition worked great because it went from, the slower part of the song and then it picked up with like more depth and more instrumental in the background. And then let's listen to this last part. And so now I was able to use the end of the song and fade out of it. So I have the sequence, I'm able to restructure the music a lot easier. Now, at any point, if you want to take off this beat map, you just go right up here, click this button, turns off the beat detection grid. But whenever you want to play with your music and you want to mess around with the different beats, you can always just turn this on and off after the clip has already been analyzed. So there's a lot of power in these 3 new tools that were added into Final Cut Pro. And I'm excited for the future of what Final Cut is going to be for us as creators, because with the new subscription model, it shows that they're actually putting more into trying to build out this full-fledged editing suite, which works very well as is. However, adding some of these new AI tools, these different things, the visual searches and whatnot, this beat detection, like all these little things just make it so much easier for us to be able to work on our videos and be able to make our videos. And especially as solo creators, like I do this all myself and I'm able to work so much faster in this world because there's so many tools now packed into Final Cut Pro. So I'd love to know your thoughts about these new additions in Final Cut Pro, and make sure you're subscribed because coming soon, I'm going to be putting out this wildlife cinematographer video. It's a fun exploration into a world of wildlife cinematography. And next, I highly suggest you check out this video right here because YouTube's recommending it for you. So I'll see you over there.